Welcome to the Morale Booster Network, a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. I remain your host, Dr. John Ugulu. I am an author, speaker, and strategist. I always say experience is the best teacher. You can stream or download this podcast from YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Podcast, Player FM, and Pandora. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, morale boosters. How are you? It's so good to see you again. It's so good to be here again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to another beautiful Q&A session. I don't know where you're joining me from, but please remember to like and share this. So welcome once again. I will be doing the same thing. Please share this broadcast on all your platforms. Why? Because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear the message we will be sharing today. So I have a beautiful question that was asked by a member of the Morale Booster Empire. So I will be talking about that today. And also just to remind you, for those of you who can see me, I actually have several screens right in front of me. So from time to time, you would see me looking away from one screen to the other. So it's all right. Just pay attention to the message. Okay. All right. Please leave a comment, and share it. All right. I will be doing that right now on my end too. All right. Welcome. Let's wait for more morale boosters to join us. Welcome. I see all of you. All right. So I need to check to see if we're live on Instagram. Let's go to Instagram. Yes, let's see. All right. So welcome everybody. Give me 1 second. I am making sure that everyone can see me. All right, let's see. So our question for today is, who are you when no one is watching? That's a very I was so happy when I saw this question. I said, you know what? This is what I will talk about today. Who are you when no one is watching? This question is for leaders, it's for everybody. And who are you when no one is watching? So we will be live shortly on Instagram. Okay, we are live on Instagram. So yes, for those of you who have access to Instagram, please go and follow me on Instagram. It's John Ugulu. Just search for Dr. John Ugulu. That's my Instagram handle. So currently we are streaming on over 20 platforms. Hello, Morale Boosters on Instagram. How are you? Welcome. Yes, come on in. And today I promise not to take much of your time. I will just go straight to the question for the day. Now, a member of the Morale Booster podcast, a member of the Morale Booster Empire sent a question. And the question is, who are you? Now, as a leader, who are you when no one is watching? Who are you when no one is watching? I promise not to take much of your time today. So, to everybody on Instagram, welcome. Like I already said to my followers on other platforms, that I have several screens right in front of me. So, from time to time, you would see me looking away, but don't worry, just focus on the message. God bless you. Like, leave a comment, and share the broadcast. All right. So, question is, who are you when no one is watching? I love that. So I need to ask myself as well, who are you, John, when no one is watching? We all know it's not about perfection, because if we're talking about perfection, it's not even attainable. Vince Lombardi said perfection is not attainable. But if we chase perfection, we can surely catch excellence. It's also not about pretending, right? It's about authenticity. Authenticity. That's what it's all about, being authentic in whatever we do, right? So, my question to you who's listening now is, are you authentic? Are you always authentic in your daily lives, with your team members? Do you always want that perfect thing? Do you always want things to be perfect? It's not possible. It's all about authenticity. All right. So, and you need to also ask yourself, like I do all the time, because I am big on personal development. We need to always ask ourselves, are you kind without credit? Are you kind without credit? That's a great question. I always ask myself that question. Hey, John, why are you being kind? Are you expecting something? Now, it's okay to expect something, but that's always at the initial stage of personal development, because you always want to do things so you can get credit for it. But when it becomes a lifestyle, at that point, you will no longer be seeking validation or credit for your kindness, right? So that's a question we should always ask ourselves. Why are we being kind? Why are we doing what we want to do? So I am big on personal development. I have been on this journey for a very long time. At first it starts with you acting it, because you want to act the role of who you want to become. Because in personal development, the goal is to transition from where you are to where you want to be. And it takes a conscious decision, it takes a conscious effort to make that transition. And you also need to ask yourself, are you honest without pressure? Are you honest without pressure? Because honesty is key in that space right there. So when you ask, who am I when no one is watching, you need to also figure out who you want to become, what precisely you want for yourself, either as an aspiring leader, a brand new leader, or a seasoned leader, or even an ordinary person. Even though we were not born to be ordinary, we were all born to be exceptional, right? So we should always ask ourselves, does it require so much pressure for us to be honest with ourselves? The reason why I am sharing these questions is because those are questions that I always ask myself. Hey, John, are you honest without pressure? So every day of my life, I try to live according to the fruit of the Spirit, fruit of the Holy Spirit. I am a person of faith. So I am guided by certain principles. And on a daily basis, I make a conscious decision to do things the right way. And that's who I am. That's how, that's how I want my life to be. Even though I am not perfect, I am still a work in progress. So when it comes to my leadership journey, I try to be as honest as I possibly can. And another question I would like to ask you is, are you disciplined without deadlines? So once we're able to figure this out, to know if we are kind without credit, if we are honest without pressure, or if we are disciplined without deadlines, then that will help us. But we must always remember that it's not about perfection. It's not about perfection. Now that's the version of me that defines my integrity. So you should also ask yourself, are you kind without credit? Are you honest without pressure? Or are you disciplined without deadlines? Discipline is key in every aspect of our lives. It is. It is. Discipline is key in every aspect of our life. Without discipline, we would not be able to accomplish goals. Without discipline, we would not be able to be around the right people. Without discipline, we would not be able to adopt a healthy lifestyle. Without discipline, we would not be able to achieve our dreams, our visions, and our goals. That's why personal development is very important. Personal development is a journey. Why? Because in that space, you would certainly want to strive to become a better version of yourself. You would want to be the person who, when you're outside, you're a certain way, and you want to be that same person inside when no one is watching you. That's what personal development is all about. It's all about growth, constant growth. So we should always learn to ask ourselves, who are you? Who are we in those unseen moments? Because that's the real us. I don't even joke with that. So when I'm all alone by myself, I I always make it a point of duty to question myself, to ask myself these questions. Why do you want to lead? Why are you passionate about motivating people? Why are you passionate about serving God? Because that's who I want to be. That's who I am. So at first, on that journey of personal development, we acted. By so doing, we tell ourselves that, hey, this is where I am going. So we make sure we do it and we hold ourselves accountable. So what you see about me out there, that's the same thing I do when I'm all by myself. So my question to you now is, are you intentional about being the same person inside and Also, getting out there and being the same person. Are you intentional about that? So at this moment, we need to make up our minds that who we are inside is who we want to be when we're outside. It is a deliberate act, and we must take it one day at a time, one step at a time. Who I was 5 years ago is not who I am today. And who I am today is not who I will be tomorrow. That's the goal. The goal is to grow, to transition from where we are to where we want to be. When I first made up my mind to get into leadership, it wasn't easy. But at first, I knew I had to get into the personal development space so that I can build myself on a daily basis, so that I can be the person who I am outside. Even when no one is watching me, I can also be that same person. So I don't know who's listening to me right now. I don't know if you are an aspiring leader, a brand new leader, or a seasoned leader. You should always ask yourself, am I the same person when no one is watching? Let's think about it. Sometimes when we lead people, it's easier to act a certain way. It's easier to do things that we tag as qualities of leadership. But if that is actually the quality of leadership that you want for your leadership style, don't you think it's okay to learn how to be that person on the long run? So think about it. Let's always remember that leadership is not a position or a title. It's a disposition. It is an attitude. Take note. Leadership is an attitude. It is a way of life, which means leadership starts from the inside out. So we need to make sure that we are first leading ourselves. Because when you are able to lead yourself, then you can lead others. When you're able to adopt those principles, those values, those ethics that can help you lead yourself from the inside, then you will be able to lead others. Leadership is the unwavering commitment to guide others through uncertainty, to help them ignite the flame of passion within their hearts. Leadership is all about helping people to move towards their collective success. So we need to first of all work on ourselves. We need to strive to be the best versions of ourselves. We need to make sure that what we do when people are not looking or watching, what we do when we are by ourselves, can be replicated when we're out there. So that's why I said I was going to answer this question today, even though it's not easy, but it should be our goal. It should be a goal for everybody, whether you are an aspiring leader, a brand new leader, or a seasoned leader. Who we are when no one is watching, it matters a lot. We must become the best versions of ourselves. So I don't know who's listening to me right now, but I want you to think about it. Think about it. Yes, I see a question from someone here. It says, um, he said, too many want to change, but they don't know how to do it. Yes, too many people want to change, but they don't know how to do it. I agree with you on that. But it starts one day at a time. The main thing is for us to know what we want to accomplish, who we want to become. Then from that point on, we can start. But you need to remind yourself on a daily basis. That's why I say you must act it. And you need accountability partners to always remind you when you're going astray, because we're humans. We have flaws. But when we have accountability partners who would always put us in check to say, hey, you don't do that. That's why you need a team. That's why you need like minded people. That's why you need people who can always tell you what they see. Yeah, and someone said, I think you need to teach about how to change. Change comes from within. First, we must make up our mind on what we want. Change in life is constant. I was speaking to a friend today, he's based in the UK, and he was just reminding me who I was back in the day. Back then I had the I had the ability to talk to, I had the ability to make Christians think about their faith and decide that they would no longer be Christians. So he was reminding me like, oh my brother, I can't believe you've given your life to Christ. So change is constant. When you know what you want for yourself, that is the first step. So why did I share that story? Because at some point in my life, I wasn't comfortable giving my life to Jesus Christ. It was not something I was ready for at that time. Right? But today, I am a person of faith. Everywhere I go to, I preach Jesus Christ. So change starts from you figuring out what you want for yourself. And it's a gradual process. So when you know what you want, from that point on, you can start working on yourself. Right? And it's the same thing with leadership. It is a lifelong journey. It is a lifelong journey. But we must take it one day at a time. In fact, I love that quote from Vince Lombardi that says, perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can surely catch excellence. That's the truth. So one day at a time, we will become a better version of ourselves. All right? Think about it. And I hope I was able to motivate you. I hope I was able to bless you with some words of encouragement today. So, to every leader out there, always ask yourself that simple but challenging question: who are you when no one is watching? As for me, I do everything that I possibly can to be the best version of myself, even when no one is watching. So, you should do that too. If I could do it, if I can do it, it means everybody can do it. I do that every day. I don't know where you're watching me from or where you're listening to me from right now. I don't even know what you know about yourself. Neither do I know what the people around you know about you. But here is one thing that I know for sure about you who's listening to me right now. I know you have greatness within you. I know you have all it takes to transition from where you are to where you want to be. And remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Stay blessed, everybody. Remember to like, leave a comment, and share it. Thank you, Thomas, for your contribution. Please remember to like and share it. God bless you all, and bye for now.